Oh, top, there's a huge fight.
Oh, the Fatal Bond disconnected once again, but no fear's already gone down. Can they get a control? Yeah, they can with a Blink Pyro Strike forward. Ancient Apparition will fall.
Okay with this.
I think they're still looking for more. Koiva is just around the corner. He can pull that bear back in again. Right now, SK just hiding his own sandstorm, but there's your Fissure. They're seeing the bear.
You can't fight this here. You can see Spectre already just moving back. He wants to farm creeps here. No intention of engaging. That Diffusal Spike is a huge damage increase, and all of a sudden, that AA of Insania? No. He'll have to immediately pop it off before he goes down, because he's just going to be gunned for by this. And it's just, it's still, like, Lincoln's now on love that decision. The Maelstrom, now, all of a sudden, how do you kill him? The lasso, the Sven stun, they're not threats anymore. It's all on, really, the punch of Taiga, or some sort of Lincoln's cancel immediately. That's very difficult until Boxy has a Force Staff, and he wants Blink first. This is a tough game. It's still, you know, Alliance, you get 2 pickoffs and all of a sudden you're killing Arax, sure.
Yeah.
But it just feels like one of those games where at this point, if both sides have all their abilities active and every side is able to use their spells, there's nothing you can do to beat Windstrike 5-on-5. The Warlock's going to go down first, but you've got no Blink daggers yet. There's no real reach.
It's kind of the way you're talking about it. Like Windstrike, like if Alliance go for a fight, they get a couple of pickoffs. If Windstrike goes
Madness
for a fight, they kill the entire of Alliance. Like that's the difference here. And if Alliance can keep the lone druid alive during the fights, then it's gonna be okay.
And it just, the spread damage, Toby. I love this from Kuman. He gets the spell amp into Mjolnir. Will be his next decision. It's just about AoE. Fatal Bonds. I don't care that they changed the numbers by 1%.
Remember, it was a 1% as well, remember? They changed the talent as well. That's a great grand total of 2.
It's 2%. It does not mean anything. It's still, by far, if you land on 3 or 4 heroes, the highest increase in damage output that exists on a spell in Dota 2. And when you combine it with this amount of AoE, Lil on the Shaker, Nongrat on the Sand King, Alliance, you've got to spread perfectly to win this battle, and somehow kill this Warlock.
I love that Observer Ward that's just sitting, like, it's in the tree line, just off to the side where they broke another tree. No sentry wards coming in range of this one. It's just allowed Alliance to know just how much Windstrike is trying to commit to the northern side of the map. And Windstrike's been looking. They've thrown down many sentry wards of their own. But Alliance will smoke up. Wards don't matter now.
In favor. The Dire team, no, it's still close.
It's about 2.5k hovering around.
من مقایسه میکردم دیگه مثلا استون که میرم وسط دقیقه 20 مثلا 100 تا کلیپ زدم اینا دقیقه 20 160 70 حداقل میزنن خیلی کمتر فارم میکنیم
should be able to take tower as well, though. The structure damage, you can see it happen.
خیلی خوب فارم کنم خیلی خوب هواشون رو دارن استک میکنن
on the CD for plus 130 damage on the bear. That's a trouble, but do you want to fight the Severe Alliance? Do you want to be the aggressor here?
He actually blinked in. Limit Cake did trigger, so at least he won't take as much damage, but under the Sentry Ward, there's no invis to hide him at all. Goodbye, SK, and dead for 54 seconds. Maybe another catch out. No. Another Glimmer Cape. Tuskar goes invis and Kuman can't do anything, but does get the DD.
خوب sonra Madness یارو جاله.
From the Warlock here, all defensive, just trying to keep tabs on Alliance.
تا حالا ندیده بودم کسی مدنس رو زدن رو لونده رو.
And it's difficult to maintain that on the enemy side of the map if you're stuck in your base.
I love that 32 wards placed out of it all.
You've got to. And he's still got higher net worth than both of the enemy supports. Just because Koifa and Mickey are soaking up so much of the map. Boxy taking whatever's left in the off lanes.
Yeah, hold that bear in position for a little bit longer.
You got to remember the other benefit of the Warlock against Lone Druid, the upheaval. 0 MS bear stuck in the base. Easy pickings for the Windstrike draft.
Well, they're grouping up for a smoke gank. Lil's got a fresh Yule Scepter to add to the arsenal of Windstrike. But where do they go? They're pinging, like, the line's been drawn to move into their own jungle in the north, but Alliance is already back. They're already pushing the side lanes out.
But it's important that they smoked here because Windstrike needed to get out of their base. They have to establish some form of map control. They've got a couple sentries, they've got one ward. They want to get something done. Koifa wisely shoving bot.
They just dropped the Observer and the Sentry underneath the Radiant Sentry.
Unfortunately.
They had to get rid of the Sentry, which is going to reveal the position of the ward anyway. But yeah, with Koifa's Bear doing this on bottom, I mean, eventually the creep wave was going to push so far that Windstrike had to return, and now it's Alliance's turn.
Yep.
They'll smoke up.
But we've seen this happen before, Toby.
Oh, look. Hi, Ember. Hi, Ember. Jump, jump. And away. And the BKB even being burnt by Boxy.
Yep, and that's all because the Linken's on the Ember. You can't ever go for the lasso unless somebody else is there to use their spells in tandem.
With the BKB down, they're feeling a little bit. Oh, Koifa, what are you doing? He's still left behind. Now Nongrata able to get the Burrow Strike out. Lil's in the neighborhood, gets his double stun. No fear, just wants to hold them together. And Koifa, well, can't keep running. The Savage Roll send them back, but it's a huge rock at the back lines. Incendio will fall. Koifa finally brought down by the Sleight of Fist, and the Lions are in full retreat. And there's no buyback available on Koifa. And Lil, he's able to connect on the stun, chain it up. Now your Burrow Strike, bring down the Tusker.
اینا کیان الان این دارن میزنن
He just got it. Just enough money for both the Tusker as well as the Lone Druid.
یه مپ هم بردن مپ دوم
What's he doing there, Toby? Completely isolated mid lane. Follow Koifa as Alliance, but not from that far of a distance. You don't have to worry about losing the tail. He's your friend.
Oh boy. Windstrike going to make the most out of the remaining gold. Push down the mid lane. They're ready to fight, even though Rock is down. Echo and Epi are both.
آب اینا اون این ور آب فایت داشتن می‌کردن. مثلا کلا سولو افتاد اون ور.
You're good. You're good.
You need Sven and Bat to go in, not on a court, but on the back line. But Kuman's done such an excellent job this game of putting himself and the alignment. They need to kill Warlock. They need to get the initiators, the Sand King, the Shaker, but they don't have the vision to do so. And Windstrike continue to punish poor positioning from Alliance, just outplaying them so far in this game. And Kuman, you know, I can agree with this. I was like, oh, Mjolnir, that makes a lot of sense. This actually makes more sense. The Shivas, spread damage, vision,
Another
and
slow.
still more of that spread DPS to benefit from the amplification of the Fatal
Mm.
Bonds. Makes total sense.
Alliance are looking for Roshan. 1 minute until he will spawn. This is a little too long for them, so look for something else. No, this whole series has been so intense. I don't feel like it should have been this intense though. There's been a couple of mistakes, like a couple of unforced errors that's just brought this game always back to like even keel.
And you still don't have a Linken's cancel on Alliance, and it's part of the problem here.
Does Kuman buy the Shivas for this next engagement?
I think he does, but it's risky because you want buyback. You really feel like if you're Windstrike, the longer this game goes, the better. You don't want to be in a position. Because think about how hard Alliance could punish a hero without buyback. They can go straight for the base.
2.7k surplus only. That's not enough unless he really wants to commit a regeneration rune bottled up. You only want something, but you also know that Roshan is going to be the next big point of contention. Like 35-minute bounty runes will be split.
Yep.
The bottom lane can be pressured in a little bit more. At least get Elias away from Rosh. They need to look in again.
And they need to drop an AAW there.
Just a vortex, that's all you need. All right, Tiger, you want to throw something? Right now, they're going to lose their tier 2 tower on bottom lane at this rate.
And this is going to give Ember the gold to get Shivas here. Oh god, saving surplus.
Foxy, do not die.
It's
just behind the tower. Like, if you could just feel the heat behind the tower. They're thinking about going on Kuman. This is a huge fight. They can get it, but the Linken Fit breaks and they push him away. And now it's a revenge kill. The BKB will never come up. They drop a rock, and in the back lines, you've got Insania. They're right on top of the ancient apparition. Meche as well. Also in retreat. I don't know, Kyle. I don't know.
Tiger is farming. They're trying to initiate on an Ember Spear with the Linkens.
They thought it was an easy pickoff. It obviously was not. Now Windstrike is going to come up high ground. Oh boy. Well, the tier 3 tower is going to have the crap beaten out of it. The buyback does come in from Ancient Apparition. Another Sleight of Fist, Searing Chain, Chain Control, Burrow Strike forward. Remember, they've got no backrider for this fight. Mickey just trying to tank the entire thing for them, and maybe he can. Under protection of his BKB, hits hard into Kuman, removing a third with just one hit. But Windstrike, they back up. Remember, while all this is going on, the other lanes are pushing, but Roshan's still up. They're thinking about trying to kill off this bear, but they can't get close enough to it. They have to retreat and get control of this map, Windstrike.
Reset, wait for your
Hello?
ultimates to cool back up. You're good to go again. You're gonna have bots now on the Sand King. This means hunting the bear is far easier for Windstrike now because one TP, the bots suddenly with the hero in the lane already. That's
They're going
bear
for
for
Roche.
sure. when he
They're
tries
going
to
for
split.
Roche.
Yeah.
Alliance need to take this while Rock is down, while Spectral Horn is not available.
Remember, no BKB on the Sven. You've got to be careful.
It's still-
Windstrike, no.
معاشون خوبی دیگه همین میلیون بزن
As
روشون.
well.
دقیقاً.
They just
Dying
need
very quickly.
Yeah, they won't get there in time. They're
خیلی
well out of
شیوا
position.
بود.
Batrider
اگر
is becoming the buffer.
ببرد شروع
My
شیوا
god, they
می‌زنه
hit
همه.
hard. And Roshan will fall.
Poetic though that as it does, Windstrike take their first goal lead in this game. I
این
believe
شخص
since
هم
since it started, because they got crushed and they'll be on the bear. That's great, but he needs that BKB that he's got queued up. Mickey, you've got a Daedalus, sure, but we could see how easy it is for Windstrike to just in the back lines. Like no fear is not going to be a problem with the spell. When he's
Yeah,
the fight.
Kuman.
There you go.
Got
یه
him.
لحظه.
They needed that one, and now he's going to be forced to buy back if Alliance can get into the base.
اوه خیلی سریع رو
3K goal
گرفتن.
lead all of a sudden just because they take out that
Oh,
big
you
target.
should have
That's
taken
they
some
wanted that for so long. It's 38 minutes in. Finally we see Alliance.
لینکن داره دیگه یارو
And it's time
خیالش
to go.
راحت بود.
All the spells coming back up. Haunt active. Dunk. Golem.
می‌خواست
Everything's ready.
فضا رو
You've
ایجاد
got to be
کنه،
cautious here, Alliance. I don't care if you have Aegis.
آره،
I
الان
don't think you
خراب
win a
کرد.
team fight if you try and take
آقا
it.
اصلا هر چی الان جلو افتادن خراب شد زن.
Alliance are gonna push it. Prepare the
Yeah,
defenses.
follow,
Windstrike. The Alliance siege has begun. Fissure.
والا کم که استل جوری.
To Sven. With the upheaval, difficult to get in close. The bear is still copying a lot of damage. Obviously not Invis. They dropped an extra sentry just in case the tower goes down. It's like, hey guys, should we deny this? No, I guess not. Warlock was pinging it. The bear is, oh, Nongrata, he needed to hit the sun. The bear is so low on life.
They're preserving the
Right,
buyback though.
it's-
Alliance.
Yeah.
It gets so dicey. They wait another 15-20 seconds for this next wave. Maybe you kill Rash, but you're going to be fighting 5-on-5.
That wave is taking so long to get there, too.
Here we go.
They have
Very tense.
The bear has managed to like at least regen up a little bit, but here we go, another chip away. Batrider jumps in, no detection. He actually drops him up. At least Warlock will die. Buyback's available. It'll be the Death Rock that comes out of the Warlock with the Spectral Horn forward. They're in full
چی
retreat.
والاک میره
Alliance,
یه
they got
دونه
what they were looking for with one buyback, but it was Warlock. It
چیز
wasn't
دیگه
the
میندازه
Emperor.
خیلی بده.
He's going to TP forward.
Oh, he's jumping out towards the shrine. He's
الان
looking
یارو
for
بیاد
it.
یه دونه
Fearing chain.
هت دیگه هم میندازه.
And double stun. It's just perfectly laid again, but
Oh.
if they can kill the Emperor, they've got him. Buyback is available. Mickey,
Emir buyback şöyle.
He's looking for a way out. Blinks down towards Roshan. They just want to disengage, but that won't happen. Lil's found his own target in the form of Ancient Apparition. He'll solo him up, or will he? Nongrata, he'll bring in the extra Burrow Strike, and Insania will die in the river while the bear is on the run from the rest of Windstrike.
یارو انداخته دنبال سگش.
Okay, now it's finally able to be returned.
The thing is though, Silent has 6,500 gold. I understand why you want to preserve buyback, but
It's useless net worth.
yeah, not this much gold. And in reality, if he's got like a butterfly, a heart, I don't see how he dies. And if he does, the rest of his team has so much time to combo their spells. Kuman, a bit too aggressive. You saw the remnants just not fast enough. He was like, I think his move speed was limited, so he was just double tapping, and he's only going like 300, 400 units. Ends up just catching a stun from Mickey, gets blasted off the map. Satanic now complete on the
Yeah,
Sven to go with the
yeah,
Aegis, which he will have for another minute and a half. But you can see the difficulty for both teams really, because it's so easy. Alliance, they feel like if they overextend, they'll get punished, they'll get wiped once again. Windstrike though, if they overstep, if they
استریمر رو
get picked
ببندن
off,
چیکاری؟
suddenly one mistake, one core dead for